Well, typical, I was just finishing up for the day and, well, Cadillac have confirmed their entry into Formula 1. Yeah, welcome to the hot lap. So, a deal has been reached between GM's Cadillac brand to become, GM meaning General Motors, one of the biggest car companies in the world, the next Formula 1 team. Indeed, the 11th Formula 1 team come 2026. Confirmed, agreed a deal in principle Formula 1 has with General Motors Cadillac brand for that 2026 season. The deal will see the GM-supported outfit join as a customer team in 2026, while developing its own in-house power unit, kind of like Red Bull, for 2028. Now, in a statement on Monday, F1 confirmed that GM and Cadillac and the series have agreed a deal in principle. And Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei said, with Formula One's continued growth plans in the US, we've always believed that welcoming an impressive US brand like Cadillac to the grid and GM as a future power unit supplier could bring additional value and interest to the sport. We credit the leadership of General Motors and their partners with significant progress in their readiness to enter Formula One. We are excited to move forward with the application process for the GM Cadillac team to enter the championship in 2026. Now, GM's Mark Royce, or Roos, I'm not too sure, it's R-E-U-S-S for anyone that wants to know, but he said, as the pinnacle of motorsports, F1 demands boundary-pushing innovation and excellence. It's an honour for General Motors and Cadillac to join the world's premier racing series, and we're committed to competing with passion and integrity to elevate the sport for race fans around the world. So, interesting stuff. Cadillac, Formula 1, what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, it does make sense. It's another team new team in Formula 1. It should have happened a long time ago. If you remember at the beginning of the year, we were lambasting F1 and Liberty Media for being selfish. But why now? So it's provisionally been confirmed. Remember, this is provisional. F1 had reached agreement in principle with, obviously, the Andretti Global, even though Michael Andretti, I think, has kind of stepped down. So, is this going to be a more American team than Haas? That's the thing. As we know, beginning in late 2023, Cadillac, they did begin a push for that international automotive market years after years of absence. The General Motors brands opened up storefronts, if you didn't know. They've opened up storefronts in Europe, as in Switzerland, Germany and France. It's also entered its cars into the 24 hours of Le Mans. It's serious about its motorsport. And at the end of the day, it's, as with all brands, motorsport is a massive marketing exercise. You've got brands like Ford with Red Bull, Audi coming in. They've signed to Formula 1 in hopes of associating their names with the pinnacle of technology, such as Mercedes, Honda, and, well, Ferrari's always going to be here, let's be honest. But Formula 1 does need the competition. Now, heading into 2025, the F1 world is facing a huge shake-up among the grid. We've got young talents coming in. Jack Doohan from Australia, Gabriele Bortoleto for the Audi/Sauber team. They've inked deals to make their F1 debuts. And we've got also Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari. There simply isn't room for many talented drivers. And for a long time, the grid was pretty much staying the same. So this 11th team is going to be really welcomed. For example, if Franco Colapinto cannot find a team next year or the year after, hello Cadillac. The series could use, and F1 could use, let's be honest, an 11th team. So I don't think too many people are going to argue about it. Formula 1 teams have always operated on two different levels there. We've got the privateer teams like Williams and I guess even Haas. They tend to operate on what is smaller budgets, bang for their buck. If you remember Force India before it became Racing Point/Aston Martin. More manufacturer teams, however, they do provide more options, and especially now that Renault has waved that white flag and Alpine is sort of like a works giver-upper team, I guess. But Cadillac won't be making its own power units until 2028, so we need to remember that. We'll see a new name join the likes of Mercedes, Ford, Honda and Audi. It's going to be, excuse me, I just snorted. It's going to be huge news for Formula 1 as this sport is rapidly growing, both in terms of fans and manufacturer involvement. It can only be a good thing. And that's pretty much about it. So if you want to keep up with the news, give us a subscribe, give us a like. We'll speak to you soon and stay safe.